Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to do an overview and a demo of Microsoft OneDrive and Microsoft 365 Copilot. So OneDrive is kind of like Google Drive, and the 365 Copilot is kind of like Google Docs. And you can go to this URL, onedrive.live.com, and that will take you to OneDrive. And then if you just go to office.com like this, that will take you to Microsoft 365 Copilot. And I'm just going to show you with OneDrive. So if you're like here, you can click on sign in, and then you can sign in or make an account. And then once you're signed in, it might look something like this for OneDrive. And note that it looks kind of like Google Drive. So you've got folders and so on, and files. So you can upload folders and files. I made a folder called teaching folder. You can make a new folder here, just create folder. For example, you can call it temp folder. And you can upload files and folders there. If you just go to create, you can upload files, you can upload a folder, and you can create a Word document, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, or Excel survey, or a text document. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a Word document, Excel, and presentation. So let's just upload one or two files. So I'll upload a PDF file and I'll upload an image. Okay, so I uploaded an image. This is an image I've made with an AI generator. I think it was, I think this was with Grok 2 or Grok 3, I can't remember. So that's that image, and then I also uploaded the R1, DeepSeek R1 paper. Yeah, so R1 kind of revolutionized the world in AI, and this is a paper they made. Okay, so I uploaded two files, and you can make many subfolders, subfiles, and so on. And so you can use this kind of like Google Drive, or like any sort of online storage to store your files. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you we're going to make a document, a spreadsheet, and a PowerPoint. Okay, so let's just go in this folder here since I've already, or actually, you know what, I'll put it in teaching folder. So as I showed you before, you can click on create or upload. You can upload your files, or you can create a Word document here. And in the 365 Copilot, if you go to office.com, I think I mentioned it before, in office.com, it will redirect to m365.cloud.microsoft, and you can make a document this way, a Word document. You can make a spreadsheet this way and make a PowerPoint by clicking on this. But I prefer to use it from OneDrive, and I'll do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to make a Word document. And note it's kind of like Google Drive, how it's done. And here, we'd say, for example, this is a new book I am writing. And this is a cool feature. Maybe we can try this here. I've never tried this in this. Hi, this is a test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's quite good. That's kind of like Google Drive. So you can have your voice. I think that's very cool. And here, note that yeah, so you can do just like in Word or Google Docs. And honestly, I think this is all you need. You don't need to pay for Microsoft Office because this is free. Unless you have very specialized needs, I think the OneDrive or Office.com is good enough for most people, probably, in my opinion, anyway. Okay, so you can change the font color, and this is a new book I'm writing. For example, new book. We can say new book about self-help. How to lose weight. For example, uh, exercise, eat well, sleep, drink water, etc. Okay, you can sort of outline a book. This is a very, very rough book, and there's lots and lots of books about how to lose weight. And then, you can try, for example, intermittent fasting and other ideas. Eat higher quality foods. Um, eat less hyper processed foods, junk food. Okay, so this is just an idea for, even this could be a PDF, like a lead magnet or anything. Okay, here's some, making some text here. And I want to show you inserting an image. So for example, you can insert a picture or, um, yeah, so we can insert a picture. Let's insert a picture now. Okay, and this was an image I made with some tool. I can't remember. I think it was probably Grok. And this was of, I think this was of either one or two polar bears playing ice hockey with two Arctic wolves at the North Pole. Okay, can do that. And then you've got different options. You can add images from your OneDrive or stock images or search on the web. And then you can collaborate with people, although I've never used this to collaborate with people, but I'm sure you can. It shouldn't be too hard. And then, yeah, like I said before, you can change here you can change the font. For example, maybe you want this to be Times New Roman and not Aptos. Okay. And then let's say, for example, let's say we want these to be, I don't know, see, let's say we want them to be heading 2. So it can be like that. And then the font, let's say bold, and then, for example, change the color to green. I don't know, whatever you want. And then from here, you can export it as a PDF, and you can share it with people. And I want to, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this as a PDF, and I'll show it to you in just a moment. And right now, I want to figure out how to download this as a Word document. Okay, so I think I figured it out. For some reason, they call it create a copy. I don't know why they call it that, but you can download as a Word document, click on download a copy, and then you can export it as a PDF or ODT or Kindle, which I think is kind of interesting. So I'm going to download it as a PDF and also as a Word document and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the document, the docx looks like. And I think it looks pretty good. And note that I'm using LibreOffice. I'm not using Word on my computer. I think that's quite good. And then this is what the PDF looks like. And I think the PDF is rendered quite well. So I think that this is a very good alternative to Google Docs if you prefer not to use Google. Okay, so now I showed you using the making a Word document. And now what I want to do is show you how to make an Excel file or a spreadsheet using Microsoft Office Online. So you can go to Create and then go to Excel Workbook. And note, again, this is just like Google Sheets. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy some data and show you how you can use Excel online pretty well. Okay, so I just copied some data and I've used this for another tutorial. This data that I made, basically it's just some data with people's names, their career, their yearly salary, their gender, their age, and their age group. And I find this to be useful as a teaching tool for spreadsheets. Okay, so note that I just put some data in here, and let's see if this is going to have the same. Okay, so it doesn't have the same shortcuts as Google Sheets, but that's okay. And then, yeah, so I think this is quite useful. And one thing I would, since I very rarely use Microsoft stuff, this would be something useful for me to learn to, let's see, how to remove the formatting. But I'm going to skip that for now. I still think that this is probably very useful. You need to learn the different things. So for the first one, for the header, I'm just going to bold them. So here I just bolded them. And then if you select like this, you can auto adjust the width like so. And then let's sort this. Sorting, for example, let's sort from yearly salary. We'll do a custom sort, yearly salary, sort by yearly salary, and then sort by descending. So we want the people with the highest values at the top. So Sana, who's an idle-ended singer, makes the most at almost 1.5 million a year. If you round up anyway. We have Mary, who is a lawyer. We have Nick, who's the CEO. We have Brad, who's a doctor, and so on. The lowest is a waitress and a pizza delivery driver and Uber driver. And then up, we have got CEO, doctor, and so on. And of course, there's useful things you can do. For example, median. Let's say take the median of all these values, C2 to C18. So that's one useful thing to know. And then let's say, for example, mean average. So we can say the average. See, and it's really smart too. It just auto-corrected that. And at the bottom, you can make more sheets if you want, although I'm not going to show you that. And then we can do one, for example, we can do the min. We can say min of, let's say, C2 to C18. And then from here, you can download, create a copy. So this allows you to download as an Excel file. And then here we can download as a PDF. But I'm not going to show that because I'm running out of time. But this is very useful, and this is basically like a free version of Excel online, and I think it's quite good. And like I said, it's like a good alternative to Google Sheets if you prefer not to use Google for some reason. Okay, now I'm briefly going to show you how to make a PowerPoint online. So you can go here, create, and then go to PowerPoint presentation. And just like the other ones, it's pretty simple. We say my simple presentation, and then we can make a new slide. Let's say teaching data science, and we can have like a template. I think this is a template. So these are like or a different style, whatever. If you prefer like that, for whatever reason, you can change the style if you don't like that style. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, and we can say teaching analytics, and let's say teaching analytics. So say learn Python, learn SQL, learn pandas, learn more, ... Okay. So this could be a simple presentation you could do. And then like before, you can create a copy so you can download it as a PowerPoint presentation. And then you can also export it as a PDF. Okay, so this was an overview of OneDrive, onedrive.live.com. And you can also go to office.com. And office.com will go to Microsoft 365 Copilot, which allows you to do the same thing, make these document presentation in Excel file. I prefer OneDrive just because it's easier for me and I can also store the files there. But also 365 Copilot is great. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. And I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe or follow this channel. See you in the next one. Thank you.